shit. That shit all loud over there. What's happening, people? It's the homies, Mr. 400. Coming at you straight off the Ave. I got the homie, Mr. Dubbins in here. We waiting on Sosa. We don't know if he gonna pop up or not, but either way, we rocking. You know what I'm saying? So you know what it is. Off top, it's a beautiful. Look, today was
beautiful.
It was a blessed day. Started off a little rainy. Definitely got a little more sunny at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? But Dub, how you feeling tonight, bro?
Feeling magnificent as always. You know what I mean? The weather is about 82 degrees today, so I mean, sure, I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? He got his hair twisted up.
Fresh than a motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Fresh and so clean.
I'm past due. You know what I be doing? Like every motherfucking winter, I let that shit just throw out.
Okay, but it ain't winter no more.
It's getting there. You know what I'm saying? Now it's starting to get, like, it be a little iffy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We had them hot days, and we got them cold days. We got them days where I'm like, damn, I'm sick of this shit. Then we got days where I'm like, all right, cool.
Yep. You know the next day after it's hot, it's freezing.
Be fucking brick.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, but
don't know what to do.
Definitely about to get that summertime twist in. Because, my shit be braided other than, you know what I'm saying?
Shorts and an umbrella.
Bro, straight like he said, the
winter jacket.
I might bust out a Jamaican Miranda this year.
Oh, I got a new yellow one.
Yellow is, I don't know. Yellow is bright than a bitch.
It's bright though.
It's bright as fuck. I could probably do red or like black.
What's the difference between red and yellow?
It's yellow. Like that's a whole like.
All I'm saying is you gonna see me
way down the street. Like, yo,
that gotta be dumb.
You see the walk, then you see the yellow. You already know what it is. I remember back in the day, bro. I knocked on the door and shit when you lived on Princess. I knocked on it, just they came to the door when the business on. That's the first time I ever saw one of those. I'm like, what is that?
I had one on.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is that?
The white shit.
I was like, my man nipples is out. That shit caught me off guard. I ain't never seen one of these bitches. Then I knew what it was from that point on.
Yep, exactly.
Like, oh, okay. And it makes sense because it be hot as fuck.
And imagine in Jamaica, shit.
The breeze gotta be
that. Have no
ventilation.
Yo, you gotta have holes in it.
That shit funny as hell, bro.
Oh man.
But nah, man. Today was definitely a motherfucking, decent day. I keep checking the phone to see if it's Sosa ain't shit but Twitter. Ain't that a bitch? But today was definitely decent. I went out here chasing chili like a motherfucker. I ain't do a reaction all week. I be feeling like I'm slacking when I, don't do reactions. But you gotta take care of real life. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you're motherfucking. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely.
That's just been the focus. But
see, real life don't stop
at all, bro. At all.
Everything else can stop, but real life don't stop. Them bills don't stop.
Yeah, and shit. Some days you be looking like I could cover that shit, but at the same time, I really don't feel like it because
now I'm a backtrack. Why backtrack?
You know what I mean? But I do have to start to force myself to like be a little more consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the fact we here right now. You know what I'm saying? Because look. We ain't been on the ish that we was on, but we here though.
We here.
You feel me? We here.
Here.
Appreciate you as always for tapping in with me, my brother.
My God. Always a pleasure, man.
We gonna make this motherfucker do what it do. Either way.
Yes, sir. If y'all don't know, we go back like VCRs.
Shit, we go back like 8 tracks, nigga.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Shit crazy.
I try to say
8 track in my life.
I was gonna say I try to say something from our era at least.
I ain't seen an 8 track in my life. Yeah, VCRs, yeah. Goddamn.
We go back like cassette tapes,
laser disc. Remember them big ass joints before DVDs?
You remember the CD player, nigga? I don't even think they use CDs no more.
Riding around with the big CD and skipping and shit.
Nigga,
on the bike and shit.
When was the last time you seen a CD?
Bro, I mean, shit. I see one every day because I got them bitches in the wheel, but I don't ever play them all.
I got them just sitting there, right?
Dusty little bitch. Just in the way.
Nigga, I ain't see a CD.
Shit, we got records downstairs. We got a record player and shit. You know what I mean? Because vinyl's starting to get hot again. Shout out to vinyl.
Hell yeah, bro. I just found my old computer. I was like, damn, I got mad music on here.
No, not the one.
Let me burn some music.
No, you talking about the okay,
the one.
The OG computer from the picture where we look like we was finna go hunting or some crazy.
Yes.
Damn.
Yep.
Nah, you got some shit on there.
I got some shit on there. I got
If
old songs,
bro.
all
If
type
you
of
can get
shit.
into your into your iTunes, bro,
That'd be the classic, bro.
you can put all that shit on your phone, bro. And if you can't, shit, if it needs an iPhone,
that's what I'm saying.
Plug the fucking iPad up to that bitch, straight like that. We got some classics from back then, for real.
Yeah, for real, bro. Might have to resurrect them things.
Look, you already know that's about to go down. If you can possibly get to it, because that's, bro, we had way too many like mixtapes, like back when Wayne was killing it, mixtape style shit.
That's all we did. All we did was mixtape type shit.
But you know, not gonna keep the excuse me, gas like a motherfucker over here drinking and shit. Not gonna keep the people waiting. It's time for the madness. The first. Nah, that's a little too violent. We don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But check this shit out right here, bro. I had to look. It said, "This is what I mean when I say let's skedaddle." You know, that's when it's saying you say let's skedaddle. This shit right here had me fucking bugging because look at the man footwork. My man's is mad stiff. Save the music. Look at
all leg work.
Damn, he got hops though.
Like, hold up. That's like a mixture between ballerina and tap dancing, ain't it?
Like tap dancing, ballerina, river dance.
Oh yeah, river dancing.
This man,
them toes was pointy when he put them out.
Yeah, you see the homie right here when you go past him. Look at it.
They all about to do the same shit.
They all about to step out there and hit the damn. Look, shout out to them for that, because ain't no goddamn way. Like, you gotta have all types of like foot strength, all types of
hops. That nigga played volleyball his whole life. How are you able to jump that high?
Shout out to Zemphy. She just tapped in. She wanted to send her good wishes and everything. She got some shit going on, just dealt with a client. Salute to that.
Word.
But yeah. Hold up. My shit keep, see what I'm saying? Like, I put my shit in my pocket. This shit gonna keep bugging. Send me the link again. Shout out to Sosa. We gonna get Sosa in here in a minute, people. You feel what I'm saying? Because look. Gotta keep the hold up. Make sure the homies is in this motherfucker all together in motherfucking fluctuation. Bong bong. All right, so boom. While he tap in, let's get to the next piece of madness, man. Let's get to the next piece of madness, man. This right here, this piece of madness right here is like, as a parent, bro. As a parent, all I can say is if you have firearms, keep them Jones locked up. You feel me? Because somehow in this particular clip, these kids got a hold of this gun, bro. And the Bulls pulled up. And you know what happens when they pull up? Like, they gotta respond to it, even though it's a kid, they gotta kind of like, you know what I mean? So this one was a little bit low-key touchy for real, but look, we finna get into this one, bro, because these kids, I don't know how they got it, but
what age are these
bro
kids?
they look to be probably no more than 5, bro. Like, these kids is little as shit. You see, this look like probably like one of them little generators or some shit. He ain't even over the top of the, you feel me? But he's sitting here with the pistol in his hand. Check this shit out, bro. This shit could have went all types of bad. It could have went all types of left, but tap in.
Just go ahead and drop that.
Put it down, babe. Go ahead and put it down for me, okay?
You're not in trouble, but you got to drop that and come talk to us, all right?
If there's a magazine inside the magazine well,
Put it down, baby.
they're playing with the gun back and forth. The one in the blue is trying to take it from the one in the orange.
Put it down.
Now that right there is already crazy, because what if he hit the trigger, bro? They could blow his little foot off. That's crazy.
But his little nuts,
bro. He says,
baby.
Just drop it, buddy.
Put it down, babe. You're okay. Put it down.
And now the kid in the blue and green has a firearm.
oh, he's aiming it right at him.
Right at him.
Mom, I know. Can Can you put it down for me?
Just put it down.
You're not gonna be in trouble, okay?
I really don't want to fucking 48 kid right
We
now.
don't want to help for you, and we want to help you, okay?
My man's look like he about to like.
It'd be
You see how he look like he playing GTA or something? Like he about to. You feel me?
You about to
Put
clap
it down,
that.
baby.
40 going out.
Mom not doing anything like
40, 40, 40. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it, son! Load another one. Load another one.
Taser.
Drop it now! You're gonna get hit! Drop it! You dropped the gun! Taser! 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 Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put them up! Drop it! Drop it now. Drop it. Both of you.
I don't even have the gun. I don't have the gun.
They had to put the little homies in cuffs, bruh. That could have went completely like pop shots at the little homies. Warning shots.
So hold up, did they shoot or did the kids
cops,
shoot?
The cops shot at the kids
And
like,
started screaming like that?
to tell them like, drop the gun. You heard them say, taser, taser. How you gonna tase up? He's so small, you'll probably stop his little heart. Like for real, for real.
Why didn't they just? Where's the mom at? Did she call the cops?
Man,
Who called the cops?
that's a good question.
That's my question because
bro,
if that's my child and he's not listening to me when I'm telling him,
I'm walking up on him. I'm walking up on him like, what is you doing? Type shit.
Where was the obviously the dad was not home.
Oh, that was way pause. We gonna slide past that. But yeah,
That's
like
crazy, yo.
that's the type of shit that we gotta, worry about when we got, like, far as mine and shit, mom's always asked if it's locked away and shit like that. Yes. And plus, like, that shit is always around me anyway. You feel me? So it's not just gonna be laying around. Like, there's not a sense, a possibility of a motherfucker having my shit.
My shit too heavy for my kids to hold.
That shit right there had me like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit don't make sense.
But
Like,
look,
I'm not calling, like, if like, I would stress to my wife, like, don't call the cops, call me.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
or like walk down on them a little bit and just see, like,
Yeah, play that shit off. Give me this shit, little nigga. What the fuck you doing with this shit?
hit me.
That ass whooping gotta be crazy. I'm telling you. That's crazy.
He said something like again. Did he get in?
That's crazy. Bro.
Look, we're gonna get into some more madness, a little more lighthearted madness, because that right there is some shit that had your anxiety going crazy.
Yes.
These guys were talking about white people sayings. Now, shout out to all the white people. We don't mean to goddamn it joke on y'all and all that shit. But look, they was talking about white people sayings, and we finna get right into this shit, man. Hold up. Hold up. Let me pull this down from this.
Shenanigans is one of them.
More. He said shenanigans. I don't know, like
Skippity. What was that one?
you darn Skippy, that one?
Nah, the one that where the nigga was river dancing.
Oh shit. I don't even know. Hold up, let me pull this shit up here. I thought I had it on the company account. It was on the personal. You want to be putting the personal out there like that? That shit crazy. All right, here we go. Sosa just in time, man. Shout out to Sosa.
Yo, I fought on the late arrival, you know what I'm saying?
Man, look, man, that's life. But we finna get into top 10 white people sayings. So
Top
you
10
right
who?
in time for the top 10 white people sayings. All right. So this is, look at this, man.
Shenanigans is
We
up
get into
there, bro.
yeah. Top 10 white people sayings.
Gotta be.
We finna laugh. Shout out to Kev on stage. Let's get to it, man. This shit
That's a fact.
gotta be hilarious.
Top
Bring it
10
back.
Tony
white
Baker.
people
That's my
say
guy.
Tone, you're up first.
You're barking up the wrong tree, pal.
What I wanted to say. They did that big one with your barking up the wrong tree,
You're
pal.
barking up your wrong tree, pal.
Oh, man. My first one is you're skating on thin ice. buddy.
Oh, you're skating on
shit.
thin
That's a
ice, pal.
classic.
It's the
Yeah,
same.
that's one of them.
People just been
Hey,
fucking
yo.
him all day.
All right.
But no more Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah. No more Mr. Nice Guy. You pushed me over the edge, man. You already barking up the wrong tree and you were skating on thin ice. Now it's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh shit.
Do all three of those in a row.
Yeah, you can put it together.
Yeah, you can put them together.
I know.
Word.
Okay, I'm gonna go in.
Oh,
with
yo,
you.
fact.
It ain't in the same thing, but in the same family.
Let's get it.
When they person say something back to them, they're like, "Oh, that's rich. That's rich." I love it. I mean, that's a
That's
solid
rich is
counter.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, Kev, you fat. Well, that's rich.
We'll get a load of this guy. That's the next one. You're barking up the wrong
When a
tree
nigga
after you were
pull
skating
up.
on thin ice.
Let's get a load of this guy.
Get a load of this guy.
That could go for funny too. Like
Yeah.
this guy's killer. Hey, get a load of this
Get a
guy.
load of this guy.
It could be funny. It could be, oh, look who he thinks he is.
Yeah.
Right? Get a load of this guy over here, pal. All right, I'm gonna hit you
That
with
is
now
a-
this one.
Okay.
Newsflash.
That's either or
buddy.
term.
Newsflash. Newsflash, buddy.
Hey, yo.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
That's
No
rich.
shit, Sherlock.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's in there.
I already knew I was barking up the wrong
That's like
tree.
one argument.
No
This is
shit,
all in
Sherlock
the
is
same
funny.
day.
There's two neighbors fighting over who needs to cut their hedges down.
What you got?
One that's actually in my lexicon. Started as a joke. Now I just say,
wow.
cool beans.
Oh, cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans is one of
I
them.
remember the first time
I
I
say
heard
cool
that, I was
beans,
like,
like
no
old-
That's
lie.
a fact.
Oh,
At a
no.
coffee shop.
That's
before,
a that's
that's
a
what
that's
he was
OG.
saying
Yeah,
because
that's
of the
OG.
coffee. But he was just really nice. He was like,
Cool beans is one of them
cool beans.
ones.
And I was like, huh. So I say it as a joke.
It just
But
makes
now
no
sometimes I just
sense.
be texting them,
Cool beans.
Oh, for
They don't.
Pete's sake. That's what you tell me. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Pete's Snake is one of them.
Who the fuck
I
is
got
Pete?
to know.
Watch it, Bucko.
Oh,
They love a good Bucko.
Bucko.
Watch
That's
it, pal. Bucko.
Up yours, pal.
Well, boo.
Yo,
Well, boo.
a nigga said to my
Freaking
pop out
boo,
once, bro.
Tony.
He said what? Boo hoo.
Hey,
Oh,
nah,
man.
my pop out neighbor and shit back in the day, like they got along well, but one day like some shit happened and motherfucking the dude, I mean, I fuck with him though, but he came out and said like, yo, he said, man, up yours. He said, up yours, pal. Gave him the finger. And then turned around and mooned him, dog.
I ain't laughing at that, but up yours is hilarious.
Up yours, pal.
Niggas is crazy, bro.
I mean, you got
Cry
That's
me a
mean,
river.
Not cry me a river.
That's rich.
He said that's rich.
that should be one.
Boo.
That should
Cry
be
me a
one.
river.
That's
I don't know. Is
rich.
that white people? I feel like white people be big with Cry Me a River.
Yeah. Look at what the cat dragged
Hey yo.
in. Look at what the cat dragged in.
This
Nah.
might be my favorite one. You really screwed the pooch here, bro.
Screw the pooch.
At Boeing,
I never heard of that.
the guy that trained me, I would mess up when I was a hard program to learn. He used to always come over, lean over my desk, hands on his hips, look at my program. Oh, you really screwed the pooch here, pal. Worthington. Shout out to white people, man. Y'all got some heat in there.
Hold up, man. We gotta throw some more in there, man. What's some more we can throw into that whole little like pot of gumbo right there? I got one off the rip. You silly geese. You silly goose.
I can
That
follow
shit
up.
just
I
somebody
can,
from Dover.
I can follow up with that. I'm done with the shenanigans.
Motherfucking shenanigans.
Nah, this is the one though. And I found myself saying this at least once or twice because you hear it so much. Shout out Votech, man. You want to go, buddy? You want to go? That shit right
yeah,
here is hilarious.
That's a definite one.
You
That's a
want to
definite
go?
one.
That shit funny.
Oh, that's a classic.
This nigga said top 10 white people saying, man. Salute to the white people. But yeah, man. More madness. Continuing with the madness. What else we got here, bro? Before we get into the serious shit. First of all, hold up. Let's go look at this greatness for a second. Because, oh, man.
What?
Hold up. I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened to this freaking see, look, right when I want to play something that has some uplifting qualities to it, niggas want to act like it don't want to load. But there was this dude, bro. He was doing some dope shit in his community. It was a teacher, bro. He was letting kids come after school and like wash their clothes and shit. Like he made it so the misfortunate kids had some type of outlet for real when it came to see. Look, I don't know why it's doing that. It's not letting me play the video for some damn reason, but I was gonna highlight that shit. All right, well, let's see if we can just keep going to the madness. Fuck it. It won't let me play no greatness. That's some fucked up shit, man. So how you feeling, man?
I'm trying to get this motherfucking headphone right.
You already know. I'm in here trying to get this motherfucking shit right. What the hell, G? I'm kind of disappointed that didn't work.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah, man.
I'm enjoying these playoffs, though. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm a Miami fan. You know, we've been the fuck up out of it, but
shout out to my Knicks, though.
The Knicks is cooking.
My Knicks is cooking right now. About time. It takes.
I ain't gonna hold you.
This is what they should be doing.
Jaylen Brown play where he saved the ball from going out of bounds, came back in there and hit the little midi joint. Like they needed that win.
Oh shit!
No, you talking about
the last damn, bro. It's 51-84. Ain't that a bitch?
And that's what the score should be when you don't have your star player.
Well, you ain't got Jason Tatum, man. Homie went down with what was it, ACL or something? Yeah,
or his Achilles.
The Celtics is out of there.
Yeah,
they finna be.
Yeah, because it's 3-2. And they down 30.
Excuse me. That's craziness. I'm sitting here checking my half times. I'm looking like, where's the chili? I ain't niggas a goddamn connect. Smack that shit. I'm gonna let that do what it do. But more madness. Yeah. This shit right here, bro. Nigga knew this shit was paused when he did it, bro. What you doing if your homie do some shit like this, bro? Homie knew this shit. He knew this shit was paused. That's what made it extra funny. Fucked up that it's funny, but this, check it out. Why'd he do that?
Wait, go back. I ain't say it.
Why'd he do that? Why'd he do that, G? Why'd he do that?
What is it?
It was like a freaking like they making a drink or some shit. My man's.
He did that shit so fast. I don't even know what the fuck he did. I mean, he put it long way. He
watch for the playback. Watch for the playback. He know. Look.
Oh, come on.
Why you do that? He looked at him like, bruh, really?
He can't help. He like, man, that shit like.
He spit on me back, like.
Let's say then he spit on his back. Yo, what the fuck wrong with yo?
Super violations, bruh. Sit the man down.
That bitch gonna do that and then spit on his back. All right. You came here to do some crazy.
What possessed him to even, you know what I'm saying, take it off of there like that? He could have rinsed that motherfucker off or something. You feel me? I don't understand why he had to do it that specific way. Hold up. Boom. They let me play the greatness. God damn it. All right. Look at this greatness. Got this shit to work. Salute to this teacher, bro, in the Philly area. Let's get to it, bro. Shout out to Philly.
Dirty clothes and getting bullied.
Whatever you guys need, we have it.
The place where he stores hundreds of donated bottles of laundry detergent, fabric softener, and dryer sheets inside West Side High in Newark, New Jersey.
My kids weren't coming to school. Good morning. What's up, baby? Good morning.
Some of Cook's kids, he calls them all his babies, weren't showing up because they were wearing dirty clothes and getting bullied.
I think we really put the microscope on basic needs of kids.
How about giving somebody some clean clothes?
Today, Westside has 5 commercial-grade washers and dryers. Principal Cook, who grew up in Newark, also started a program called Lights On. He opens his school from 6 to 11 p.m. on Fridays during the school year and 3 nights a week during the summer.
6 p.m. to 11 p.m. You're supposed to be home eating dinner, doing homework,
Yes.
sleeping.
That's not the case. My babies are taking care of their younger siblings. Their parents are either working hard and just got to take all these odd jobs, or the parents are not there at all.
The kids use the gym, dance, and are fed warm meals.
That shit right there, man. Salute to that right there.
Definitely.
Had to highlight some
fact.
dope and great shit that's going on in the community, man. We need more teachers, more people that care to do shit like that, because I mean, it's serious, man. It's a lot of hella kids out here who got like one parent in the house for real, and then when that parent's at work, that's why we got these cats out here running around doing wildish. You know what I'm saying? So salute to that. You feel me?
And I'll say also that, like, I mean, that's a big thing now. You know, a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on like clothes and all that, shoes, what you got on, all that stuff. Like, you know, so for that to keep kids from going to school,
Is wild. Yeah,
it shows you like what a lot of people's mindset. That's one thing people gotta get out of too, because at the end of the day, that ain't the main focus. But in a social setting, you're gonna see what the social society of your era or your generation is as a whole, because that's what you're gonna be around. But I commend that man. I definitely give him his props, and we definitely need more people like him, because he said, "Look, I'll wash your clothes. I'll give you new clothes. I'll do whatever I got to do. If that's what's keeping you from coming to school, I got you." And
to get them to come in. I know, like down in Atlanta, they had like a situation
can't really
where they
ask
had
for more than that, because whenever he go up to the podium or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like there was a down in the A, they had a situation where they had a store that the teachers put together where excuse me, they could come in here and they can get certain ish in the school. Kind of the same situation, but it was like more like groceries as opposed to like laundry and shit like that.
Right.
But oh no, they definitely had outfits and shit too.
Here.
They had some clothes too. They can come in, they can get clothes if they needed them, you know, hand-me-downs and shit and whatnot. But we need more shit like that in our communities for real. So salute to that. But I'm about to look. I got allergies like a motherfucker. Hold me down for a second. When I come back, we're gonna talk about this Tory Lanez shit. You feel me? I gotta blow my nose. I ain't gonna shit crazy.
Damn right. Let me make sure my mix is holding it down, cause
I need some. Oh, it's over. What quarter was it? Third?
I think so.
Y'all niggas went dead. Niggas start smoking.
Fuck no.
All right, let's get into this Tory shit, bro. The homie Tory Lanez, bro. It's a super duper sad scenario. We gonna go to the first thing I'm gonna pull up is this clip right here with the homie saying that he was proven innocent or whatever. I'm gonna pull that shit up first. Then I got the homie Whack. After that, hold up. Lowe's, bro, what is this? I hate when it does this shit. Shout out to being live. This shit is being weird. All right, hold on. There we go. Technical difficulties. Bong. Why is it looking like that? You said thumbnail gallery. What the fuck, nigga? Come on. I'm tripping. Let's go.
First off, my name is Caesar McDowell. I am the CEO and co-founder of Unite the People. We're a nonprofit organization that promotes social justice as well as provides affordable legal services for the underserved community here in the state of California. Today, we want to thank everybody for coming out, all of the press, all of the fans, everyone that's here today. We want to say thank you for coming. Today, we're going to hear some really, really compelling new evidence that you've never heard before. Our legal team will explain all of that to you. We will have updates on Tory Lanez, Mr. Peterson, on how he's doing. It's really sad to see the situation that he's in, and we think it's time. Enough is enough. It's time.
Is exculpatory Mr. Daystar Peterson's case, professionally known as Tory Lanez. Recently, we've been made aware that a member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The New York Post recently reached out to the prior district attorney, George Gaston, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents...
So hold up. Her people responded, and then a few days later, he was attacked. That's something to think about, because a lot of people was like, "Yo, this shit cause a hit or some shit." That's a little fishy.
Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf.
So we all know what happens next. Homie gets poked up, this, that, and the third. That's just horrible, especially considering that he's potentially innocent. He shouldn't be in there in the first place, and now his life was almost taken as a result of being in that bitch. Super crazy. So hold up, let's hold up. Goddamn Whack 100, bro. We going look. Whack 100 has something to say about the situation after it came out that Shorty shit said that he ain't shoot the motherfucker. That's crazy. Like, what's gonna happen to them? You know what I mean? Like, what happens to the people who lied essentially?
Nothing. You heard? Nothing.
All y'all that was pro this, pro that. Now y'all got to pay attention to the bigger play. Y'all heard the lady. See, I didn't know nothing about the security guard coming forward.
Hold up. I'm trying to make this shit full screen. It's definitely not doing it. Y'all gotta bear with me. Hold on, let's remove this shit. I'm trying to make this shit full screen. I don't know why the fuck it ain't doing it.
Niggas gonna be mad at him. Hey, bro, we told you to kill this nigga. We told you to, you know what I mean? Get it done. And they ain't get it done.
Look.
That's some shit
That's
in the
the
movie.
crazy part.
They coming to your hospital bed, bro.
Like, get it done and it ain't. Yeah, bro. Let's get to this.
Pay attention to the bigger play. Y'all heard the lady. See, I didn't know nothing about the security guard coming forward, telling the truth. I knew that the DNA came back 100% not him. And they kept it from him doing trial and they used the other one. They said it could be, maybe it can't be. It was 3 tests. 2 of them came back 100% not him after the fact. I told y'all Tory to shoot that girl. Then the day after, they go submit the new evidence of the security guard saying he witnessed who pulled the trigger. Tory get hit 14 times. I told y'all Monday, I said somebody sent that at him. I talked to him too much. His spirit, his soul, his attitude. I'm listening to people come to his door when you're on his little iPad talking to you. Everybody helping, every 10 out of 10 people. Hey, Tory, you think I'm gonna make that call? Hey, Tory, thanks, bro, that happened for me. I'm hearing it. You're not gonna get me to believe he just didn't jumped up. He knows his appeal date is coming up, and now he tripping. He ain't side with no Crips, with no Bloods. He went in there being Tory Lanez, tending to his business, found a way to help the people on the yard that could never get no help. Nah, man, I gotta pay this some attention. That lady, she got a point. A day after we submit, after they submit,
that's what we was just saying.
We got the security guard saying he witnessed who fired the gun.
We already know. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you can also tell too after this, but because like, look, it was easy. I'm gonna say this. This is what I thought. Like, what, like, listen to that just now. That's what I just now thought. I just now thought it, like, if the security guard said that shit, right, you would think like, oh, well, people gonna be like, well, why wouldn't they just go after the security guard? Because one, that, like, come on now, what would you do? A car accident? But you can easily go after the nigga in jail and say he just was on the wrong end of some bullshit and got
if you had to take somebody out,
you know what I mean?
he'd be the easier way.
And then that's and then turn that'll send a message to the security guard like, yo, nigga, we just exactly, like, nigga, don't trip, like, we just letting you know though, we still might do it. It's like a nigga, like, I think he knocked the nigga out next to you, and then he be like, what you say, nigga? Like,
hit you with the jaw.
I still might knock you the fuck out, but just, relax. So that's all that is, man.
And the crazy part about the shit is how these, the Meg fans is out here, so supporting the dude who did the poking, which is wild.
That's crazy.
They said he got some weird cases. He got some weird cases going on. The homie,
weird, nigga, by what the standards is crazy. From I can't even get into that. But if they caught anybody anything, that's the nigga.
He was who they should have been mad at. Yeah.
Like I think wholeheartedly, like, nigga, anything that got to do with shit like that, bro. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, he like the boss of what we done heard and seen. Like, nigga, that's a sick motherfucker, man.
Especially when you got daughters and shit. Like, we all got daughters, so when you accuse of the shit he was accused of, that shit weird. You know what I mean? And it's messed up. It's super evil. So for them to support him, put money on his books, not knowing, or even they should have did some research on the homie, but of course they hate Tory so much, so they're gonna go ahead and do that.
But that's my point though. Every other time when it's anybody, like, if you look at anything, like, they be like, oh, what do you do? You feel me?
They just straight did it.
Like,
and here his charges is worse than anything. But look, the homie 1090 Jake did a video on this ish, man. Tory Lanez attacked by a prisoner who killed his underage girlfriend with a shotty. You feel me? Look, let's see what let's react to this shit a little bit before we get into this Diddy.
This video, we're gonna be speaking on Tory Lanez getting stabbed inside a prison and the man who did it. May 12th, 2025. Located north of Los Angeles lies the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi, California. In 2021, the prison closed its minimum custody facility, meaning its 2,600 inmates were level 3 or level 4. These are the most dangerous levels in California State Prison, where race, gangs, and strict politics are enforced with deadly consequence. The only step above this would be the maximum security inmates housed within the security housing unit, otherwise known as the SHU. A disciplinary confinement reserved for the prison's most violent, whose only escape from a cell is a human dog cage. It was 7:20 in the morning when 32-year-old Daystar Peterson, who's more commonly known as the rapper Tory Lanez, was violently attacked. TMZ would originally report multiple sources, including a corrections officer, claimed Tory was on the prison yard, but an updated report from a representative of the California Department of Corrections would clarify Tory was attacked within a housing unit. Prison staff rushed into the unit administering first aid while quickly determining Tory suffered life-threatening injuries, forcing them to call 911. Video would emerge of who's believed to be Tory Lanez landing in a life flight helicopter at Kern Medical Center in Bakersfield, California, an hour-long drive from the prison. With that distance, a helicopter was the only form of transportation able to move him fast enough to save his life. A message to Tory Lanez Instagram account would state he'd been stabbed 14 times.
Damn.
7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he had to be placed on a breathing apparatus. Luckily, Tory was breathing on his own, and despite the pain, was talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wanted to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Based on his wounds, it can be assumed Tory was attacked from behind, as the majority of his wounds struck his back and behind his head. Initially, no word was released as to who did it, leaving room for speculation.
Yo, that's some cowardly ass shit right there. From the back, bro, pause, that shit crazy.
Because this took place in California, the only time someone is stabbed and it doesn't result in a race riot is if they are stabbed by their own race. But that isn't the case here.
Definitely not.
Compton rapper Spider Loc would post a conversation with a current inmate at Tehachapi. The man would claim Tory was on a tier full of Mexicans when a Mexican stabbed Tory. He'd confirmed Tory had to be airlifted from the prison, and the prison was placed on lockdown. He'd also confirmed as soon as the lockdown is lifted, the blacks will be seeking revenge on the Mexicans.
What's Gucci?
What's cracking?
What it do, Fod?
Shit, nothing much to look, right? This morning, brother, the Mexican out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that, so you know, that's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down.
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had did he have a debt, a gambling debt or something?
Nah, nothing like that. Shit, we don't even really know. We don't even know the whole situation, you know.
So it was just like some foul play. So it's gonna be up.
Yeah, it did for sure with some foul play.
Damn, wasn't nobody right there with him when it happened? Wasn't nobody right there with him when it went down?
Yeah, I guess nobody wasn't. He was by himself out there. He got a whole tier full of necks. He on a whole tier full of necks.
Wow.
Because you already know, once we get on this shit, we press play on. We press play.
I'm already knowing. God damn.
Tehachapi has a known reputation for being SNY, otherwise known as a special needs yard. These yards are known to house gang dropouts, snitches, sex offenders, and anyone else whose life is threatened by being in general population. But California has also recently implemented 50-50 yards, half general population, half SNY, to integrate the two prison societies. This goes against strict prison gang politics, mainly for the Mexicans and whites who are allegedly forced to attack any rival or SNY inmate to essentially remove themselves from the yard until they are placed back in general population amongst the quote-unquote honorable convicts. While general population is deadly, it's controlled chaos, and SNY yards can be just as dangerous, if not worse.
Yo, so they basically on programming to be on bullshit on the yard as soon as they see any ops. That is wild.
As the gang
that's a good. That's an interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting piece of the puzzle as well.
Things in line go out
That's
the
how you
window
keep them in
and
there.
violence becomes rampant. It's unclear if Tory was in fact SNY, as that comes with its own bad reputation within prison, but it's likely Tory was placed on a 50-50 yard, and his politics didn't require him to remove himself. Now, Tory's attacker would be identified as 42-year-old Santino Casio, a man with a dark violent history. On June 8th, 2022, a then 20-year-old Santino, who went by the name Sonny, was heard arguing with his 13-year-old girlfriend. Minutes later, she was shot in the face with a shotgun. Santino would go on the run for 2 weeks before being arrested. His own family would testify against him in court, how they heard the argument before the blast. A coroner would testify the barrel must have been 4 inches away from the girl's face before it went off. An interview from the day he was arrested would be played at trial where Santino admitted to having a relationship with the 13-year-old girl for a month before the shooting. The girl was a runaway. Santino was on parole from the California Youth Authority for burglary. In 2004, Santino would be sentenced to life in prison for murdering 13-year-old Evelyn Candejas and 2 other attempted murders from 2 separate stabbings. While in prison, he'd be sentenced to an additional 6 years for a prison stabbing on another inmate, and in 2018, he was sentenced to an additional 2 years for possessing a knife in prison.
He a wild bull.
Santino Casio was as dangerous as they come, but his conviction for murdering a 13-year-old girl he'd been dating confirms he was definitely an SNY inmate, as he'd never be allowed to walk in general population without being stabbed or killed. Why he chose to attack Tory Lanez is unknown. Many question if Tory was targeted because of his own conviction for allegedly shooting his former friend Meg Thee Stallion. The fact that he had a female victim, many would assume would be reason enough for him to be hit. But Santino's case is far worse than Tory's could ever be portrayed and offers no motive as to why this happened. Tory Lanez is expected to survive, and it can also be expected that Santino be placed in the shoe and receive additional time in prison for this attack. But what is more time to someone who...
So, yo, what the like, what are the odds of him, like, being... Because people... You see how the one video was saying that, like, it's they were kind of alluding to maybe after the fact that they were trying to figure out some shit about the case that, boom, all of a sudden he gets poked up, and like, man, he's the easier person to reach. I don't know, but like, what's next,
bro? And then you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it, man. They get the lowest of the low scumbaggiest nigga to do it. Like, if anything was to happen, he got life. You ain't get nobody who.
That shit is man.
He's there for a murder. He shot somebody. He doing 40. No, you get the nigga that's stabbing people. He's a professional stabber. Imagine the shit that he got away with, stabbing niggas, especially he in PC and shit. He stabbing niggas in PC, bro. You
and then he go right back there where he can't be touched.
Yeah, so like
that's definitely
what you got,
weird shit, bro. But yo,
who you gonna hire and what they gonna say? That's what you gonna hire. If you them folks real quick, like if you them folks, bro, that's who you gonna hire. You gonna hire the scumbaggiest, low life nigga that you can find, and you're gonna be like, yo, stab this man up. I'll give you 30 bands right now.
Like the Nipsey shit.
30 bands in jail, 40, 50, 100 bands in jail. Yeah, it's just like the Nipsey shit.
Because
hey, yo, go hold this down because you already been in jail mad fucking times.
Right. I don't know. It's a little weird. It's definitely some foul play, it seems. Dub had to go take care of some daddy business. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why he slid out. But he had to come through and show his support. So now this is the moment. Fact. This is the moment where Social gets to shine. Let me stop tripping. We're gonna see how we, you know what I'm saying, keep this thing rolling. You feel me? But look, on to this Diddy trial shit, bro. I had to watch a little bit. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I'm kind of confused a little bit too, because it's like while she testified about what she testified about, for her to like, they were saying she had wrote like love letters and shit to him after the fact, and like kind of went back and had some consensual. It was like a mind thing going on with it. It's confusing because it's like does that hurt the case? Does that help? You know what I mean? Because it's there's super sick things going on. As far as that part of it, that's the only part that, because we still got other people testifying. We had people from Danity Kane and shit testifying.
I don't even know,
but it's
the
like
specific charges is.
They saying like
I just know I know it's
the
federal though.
Okay,
So
they're saying because of the fact that he had the male workers or the workers period, and they were going over state lines and that's trafficking. So they got him for that. And then they're saying pretty much the tapes, you know what I mean? The shit like that, all the evidence that has to do with his sick shit, you know what I mean? Although it's like, on one hand, like people were saying, like, it's not a crime to be freaky, but at the same time, some of that shit is just like beyond freaky.
So they're not charging him for like whooping up on Cassie or nothing like that. He's not getting no like domestic.
I'm pretty sure there's some domestic shit involved, right? It's some domestic shit involved. Look, we gonna get into it because I definitely have the videos and shit. But it said look, do I want to start with let's start with
that's the first shit I would mention. Like
Cassie's testimony. Let's start with this video right here from ET. You feel me? And we can go from there because I got a couple videos for real. It definitely look, he missed out on one of the dopest parts. I ain't gonna hold you because this shit about to get real.
Court. My goodness. Is Diddy's defense getting to Cassie? How's her demeanor in court today?
To watch someone who is visibly pregnant sort of take deep breaths at times, she's keeping her cool. Honestly, she didn't cry or anything like that. In the testimony, there was some.
Yo, I didn't know that either until after the fact, bro. Like, I was looking at the sketches and shit from the trial, and they were showing her visibly pregnant. And then I watched some on a Tubi. TMZ has. What's up?
It's crazy. To me, this is like absolutely nuts. Like, you got this whole thing going on, right? This is why, like, I mean, I don't necessarily believe it that everything is rigged. I keep using it, but like, you see why people might think that, because you got her coming on here at this time in her life. She pregnant. She married to the dude. They found out she done did all this while she was with the dude, and did it when she was with Kid Cudi. His name get dragged into it now somehow. Then now,
it's crazy.
The whole shit with Diddy, and then now she's pregnant, and you're gonna be like, damn, what's gonna happen after this? Like, she done testifying now.
Because
what?
and that's the freak part too, because we saw like she was dating Kid Cudi. She was dating Kid Cudi, but then she was going back and freaking off with Diddy. Like, what type of psychological hold? That part too, because of the fact that she has slid off from the freak off to go get with Cudi, and then boom, his car blew. That's a part of the shit too, because of the arson and all that. That also wraps into the shit. But look, this shit is wild, bro.
Things that had her in tears, but today she's been very calm, very measured, especially considering
she's definitely pregnant.
The audio clip that we heard of her threatening to kill someone. I looked over at the jury box because I was wanting to hear their reaction, as we're hearing in real time her voice threatening several times to kill someone because she's concerned about this freak off video, and the jurors were shocked. I saw the eyebrows raised. I saw them listening, and I think to hear her voice in court and see how calm and measured she is, and then to hear that side of her. Again, it was in 2014 that this audio clip was something that she recorded, but clearly she's threatening someone who she thinks might release a freak off video, and she's worried about it.
And the person that she was threatening was one of Diddy's associates.
Correct.
Okay. So you saw the jurors' reactions to that audio tape. What was Diddy's reaction? What was Cassie's own reaction when she heard her audio?
She just kind of looked down. I mean, she wasn't And it was hard for me. I had to literally, I have a great shot of the jury in terms of where I'm sitting. I can see Sean Combs. I have to sort of raise up to look at Cassie Ventura, but she seems to be very calm. I mean, I think she knows that some of this evidence was going to come out. So she's answering the questions, yes, no. When she doesn't remember something, she's very clear about that. But the prosecution, the defense has been trying to poke some holes into the testimony she gave about the alleged rape that she said took place toward the end of their relationship.
How are they trying to poke holes in that alleged rape that took place?
The timeline. They're looking at the timeline. They're asking her questions. Well, was it this time or that time? They're also looking at around that same time she was still talking to or dating, as she says, her now husband, Alex Fine. So they're trying to really, in many ways, I think what they're trying to do is
Look, and they also said, just to put this in there, since he said that about the husband, they said the husband was in there staring Diddy down the whole time she was testifying. Like, that's some deep shit. He hearing all this sick shit about his wife. It's wild that he was in there just like, wild, but like as a man though, I'm just saying, he stared this nigga down.
Question her credibility.
Crazy.
So Cassie was asked about receiving a FaceTime from her now husband while she was having sex with Diddy. Is that again the case of the defense trying to poke holes in her story?
I think that's where it goes back to how much can we trust this person because they're entering evidence.
Right, like, come on, bro. She kind of chose for real.
What's the fuck I want, bro? Yeah, like, what's the fuck I want?
That's the messed up part. Not to joke about the situation because it's definitely nothing to joke about, but that's wild.
This person at this time, or you
It's a
sent
whole
that
different
message.
subject. This right here is a whole different.
You know, this is about a criminal enterprise, and there are several elements to that don't necessarily speak to if she was in bed with Diddy or if she was FaceTiming her now husband. So I think they're trying to use what they can again to discredit her overall as a witness, because this is also about beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right. Diddy's personality, his temper has come up. And today, his own defense lawyer said, could it have been his bipolar disorder? What was the reaction in the court?
Right. So again, this is the moment where the prosecution's asking Ventura about testimony that she gave. I didn't see a reaction, so to speak, from the jurors necessarily when this issue came up. But again, it speaks to these mood swings that they've been talking about that he has, that Ventura has said 1 minute he could be nice and he could be kind, but with the drugs and with the alcohol, it was a completely different person.
The prosecutors are hoping that Cassie's testimony wraps up today. They're afraid she's going to go into labor over the weekend. What are you hearing inside of the courtroom and rumblings as to you know, whether or not she will be wrapped up today?
Going into labor over the weekend, bro. Get out of here with that.
Tell me, these niggas ain't no. How did the case, the trial fall on this shit? Come on,
she
man.
had to know.
I will say this:
you got to go to all your meetings.
Nigga, of course,
you got to go to your appointments. Crazy. They knew, like, man. Look,
if the husband knew that was going on while they was doing what they, you know what I mean? Like, and she was like, yo, I like you, but I really, and I'm not making fun of the situation. I'm talking about the shit between her and her husband. She had to disclose if, I can't speak on that, like, on what, but I'm saying if do. And she had to tell bro that, yo, I fuck with you, but I'm also fucking Diddy on the side. And he like, you know what?
And he accepted
it's
that.
Diddy. And he let it. And then she like hit him with some shit like, yo, we about to take this nigga down. You just gotta endure this shit for a little bit more. You just gotta,
man, look.
She like, I gotta
it's
fuck
a
you for a little
messy
bit more.
situation, bro. Cause it's like, damn, and they ain't even hold up. Let's do what else.
I'm with Cassie. That's what everybody know that. I'm with Cassie.
I'm also
in itself.
It just makes it look
he did
crazy.
It wrong. Like that was as far as him putting his hands on her and shit like that, and him doing all that extra shit to the niggas, like all that extra shit. You wrong, bro.
Yeah, that shit's sick.
The sensual shit y'all did together, no matter how nasty it was between y'all.
Right,
but
because
that wasn't between
part,
y'all.
like she went back, bro. She went back, so it
I'm with her.
makes
I'm
it
with
weird.
her. Other than that, it's
But
not my
all the
business.
sick shit, yeah, that ain't even
Y'all get
right.
together.
And what
Right.
would happen if she doesn't finish her testimony? What would happen to the case?
To watch someone who is that far along in their pregnancy breathe, kind of take their time, ask for breaks. It's not shocking that they want to get her off this stand so she can focus on having her third child.
Even more text messages are being revealed today, and one
I think
text message
Shakur
in
had her fucking
particular,
baby in jail.
Cassie
nigga.
writes, "I'm lost without you."
Tweaking.
How damaging was that text message?
Honestly, Rachel, there have been several text messages where she shows that she wants to be with Sean Combs for the rest of her life.
Bro.
We know now that she called herself Cece for Cassie Combs. We know now that she wanted to have a child with him. She saw
Bro.
herself as a wife. So to say those things at this point is not that surprising. But even the defense ended their argument with a text message from 2012, which appears to show Combs saying, "I want to do our last freak off." And then she says something to the effect of, "I don't want it to be our last freak off. I want it to be the first for the rest of my life." That's what she said. But what was so interesting is on redirect, the prosecution showed the context of that text where she then says, "I don't want to do freak offs anymore."
That's a head spin right there.
It is. And I think you could feel that energy in the courtroom.
Right.
Because I looked over at one of my colleagues and I like, did I write this down correctly?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, but that's sort of what makes this case so interesting, because
And
you
that's what
have
I'm saying, that
someone
makes
who's
it
in this
confusing.
long-term committed relationship, and
It's
they say they had
confusing.
breaks at times, but 11 years is not something to sneeze at, and that was a long time that they were
Mm-mm.
together. But
Listen, I'm in 11, 12 myself right now. That's some long-term shit.
it was complicated, it's complex, but Cassie Ventura maintains throughout that she really didn't want to do these freak offs, that she just wanted to be with Sean Combs.
We're anticipating that on Monday, Dawn Richard will be taking the
Dawn
stand.
Richards.
What might we expect to hear from her testimony?
Yeah, Dawn Richard was famously in that Making a Band that was
They're gonna say Don Richards. Dawn Richards. Stop playing.
created by Combs, and she filed
Yeah,
a
I'm like, who the
lawsuit last
fuck
year,
is that?
civil suit, saying that she was physically and emotionally
Richard.
abused.
Wow. More explosive testimony to come.
Absolutely. The book.
Oh, yes.
So-
Please tell me about the book.
Something else that I thought was interesting is sort of this timeline that the defense laid out. And they showed that Combs and Cassie Ventura had been in contact with each other via text in 2020. This is around the time she had just had her first child. He's
2020.
congratulating her and saying Frankie's beautiful, so using her daughter's name. And it seemed like they were both sort of having this exchange of sending love and sending light, and I hope your family's well. And one of the last texts Cassie Ventura sent was something to the effect of, "I hope one day we'll have an opportunity to talk soon." The defense said, "And you never got that opportunity, did you?" That was in 2020. Then they built up the case and said, "Oh, by the way, in October of 2023, you moved back home. Is that correct?" And she said, "Well, yeah, I moved back with my parents. You guys have a modest home, your family home where you grew up." And she said, she said, "Yeah, modest home." So they reiterated, "So your mother, your father, your husband, and your 2 children moved back to Connecticut to move to LA?" She talks about, "Yeah, we were transitioning. We wanted to come to the East Coast." Then they said, "Where was your financial income? Where was the money coming from?" "Your husband was a physical trainer." That's correct. She answers the question, yes, he was a physical trainer. They're getting to this idea that money was tight around this time. She moves back home. She's not necessarily feeding into that narrative on the stand. But then they go to that November 2023, a settlement is filed in which she winds up getting $20 million, which we now know. But today we learned that the book that she wanted to offer the rights to Sean Combs for $30 million, she called it The Dark Times. For anyone who's been following this story, many of us know that in 2022, Sean Combs at the BET Awards literally shouted out Cassie and said, "Thank you for holding me down during the dark times."
Wow.
Yeah.
He said that shit.
Twist. That is wild.
But again, it's all about them trying to create this narrative that money was down. She never got the opportunity to have this sit down that she wanted.
Bro.
But to show that things were apparently all good in 2020, almost 2 years after they split up, they're sending each other light and love. And now here we are, 2025. And not only was there a civil settlement, now you've got someone facing criminal charges.
I also found it interesting that when asked if she hates Diddy,
she said, "I never hated him,"
and still to this day
still doesn't hate him to this day. Yeah,
Confusing.
a lot to parse out.
This is a confusing case, brother. Super confusing, bro. Like, what do you take from that? You know what I mean? What do you take from that?
I mean,
Shit is
textbook
wild.
drama, but just you rich as fuck, and you're doing extravagant shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like rich drama is different from our type of drama. Like our type of like drama, like regular folk in USA, our drama is like we dealing with a couple different joints, or we might get caught out at the bar, at the club, or something like, or on a date. These niggas is over here doing this shit with because they can have multiple girlfriends and the other girls know about it. So if I'm with you for 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years.
They said him and the other dude was going in this chick, like peeing in this chick mouth, and she was choking and shit. Like, what the F? Like, what the hell? What is going on?
Nigga gonna add that she was choking now.
Look, that's that wild shit. Look, they got Justin Bieber. You know, this is a smaller clip. We're gonna watch this real quick. Justin Bieber breaking silence on a Diddy connection.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose.
As Sean Diddy Combs enters his 5th day in federal court, hearing testimony from his ex, Cassie, and soon members of Danity Kane, there's one high-profile star the jury might not be hearing about. Justin Bieber, breaking his silence on the ordeal after months of speculation over their one-time relationship. His rep telling ET, although Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who were genuinely harmed by him. Shifting focus away from this reality detracts from the justice these victims rightfully deserve. Bieber's questionable connection to Diddy piquing interest online as the rap mogul's indictment for sex trafficking and racketeering charges, which he denies, made headlines. Old clips of the two hanging out while Justin was underage resurfacing.
Let's just go get some girls. Let's go get some girls.
Man after my heart.
That's that shit that started the rumors.
We hit him like this, so me and you walking, we hanging out, a little later on the night after the Usher concert.
There's also this old Jimmy Kimmel Live segment, adding to fan fears about what might have gone down with Diddy.
Got me a Lamborghini.
That's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Everything ain't for everybody.
This all comes as Bieber's followers are worried for him. The singer's erratic social media posts causing concern week after week. The Beliebers asking if what he's seen behind the scenes of the industry led him to this point.
It's an emotional time in my life for sure. I've been having a lot of cries lately. Just all around just being emotional. I think it just shows how much I care.
I don't know, man. Justin Bieber definitely is one of those ones that they say that he, did whatever with, and it definitely looked like the energy was just off in them old videos when he was asking for his number and shit. The energy was definitely off. It was like, I don't want to give you my number, but I'm going to give it to
somebody who handling you.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. This Diddy case, I'm interested in seeing what the hell the Danity Kane members are about to say. What other type of stories they're about to bring to the, because I believe what was it, Aubrey or whatever her name was? She was saying that, he allegedly did some things or some shit. And look, bro, like everybody focused on Cassie, but there are other people who are alleging whatever about this dude. So this shit about the, this is like modern day OJ type, modern day, like, because this is going to be stretched out. I don't think it's going to be done like this. You feel me? I mean, It's too much evidence. We need to know about the tapes. We just, we need to know more. Did they even speak on the baby oil? How they saying it was supposed to have some substances in it or some shit? Like it was some type of drugs or whatever in the
I think they covered that shit.
But
I think a lot of stuff, bro, we not going to hear because it's federal. Like, so a lot of this shit being leaked. You know what I'm saying? It should not even televised. So like the
this shit is.
reporters,
But the way it's
is the
looking,
ones coming out saying this.
They sensationalizing this
But
case, this Cassie shit. But
yeah,
her testimony is definitely
for
like,
sure.
It's confusing as out. It's super confusing because I have remorse, but at the same time, it's like you kind of liked a lot of this shit too. From it's weird, bro. It's super weird.
I feel for.
But I think that's the.
I feel
she was so young, you know.
For in a way because one she was young. Two, when you're going through a situation where like you at first, it probably looked like help. You know what I'm saying? She probably thinks she being a help until it's like, all right, cool. I like you, whatever. I mean, it's like Stockholm syndrome. You start getting accustomed to your captor, bro.
That's
you know
the word.
And it's like you don't realize.
Yes.
You don't
right
realize
there.
you're, but then,
she's so wrapped in it.
I can't really say a
It's
lot
kinda
about.
sad, it's like, damn.
I mean, but this is where I don't side with her. This part is when you move on and get into another relationship, and then you go back, and like you out of the clear, like you got up out of Dodge, and then you go. It's like you didn't go back into the prison to free your niggas. You went back into prison to go back to your cell and get locked the fuck up.
That's why it's so confusing. Like, what the hell do we make of this?
That's the only thing
Get
that
her out of here. Like, look, she need to slide on out of there. And look, go ahead, bring up Dawn Richards and all the other people who are less involved with him. And I'm pretty sure it's about to take a little turn.
That was a relationship,
but we were
as it was
5 days in.
Relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Shit is wild, bro. But yeah, man, we definitely covered that shit right there, bro. I ain't gonna hold you too long on a goddamn Friday evening. You found Sam definitely been a vibe. We got a
Go Birds.
He said go Birds. I don't even want to talk about the Birds because that'll get me going like a little longer. Because we definitely
look.
All I know is on
FanDuel. Every chance I get.
Look, all I know is on FanDuel. If you look at the NFL, John, and you look at who about to win the Super Bowl, we got we on the top of the shit. You feel me? And then they got like I went down to the odds on the bottom. Like, damn, but they obviously think we are highly favored. So salute to that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you for taking some time out, tapping in. You feel what I'm saying? Go Birds all day.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, real quick. Who do you what's the score?
I think that shit done. I ain't gonna hold you.
It should be.
I believe the Knicks won. They should have won. Niggas was blowing niggas out.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. They was up 30. So it's gonna be Knicks versus Knicks Pacers. Who you got? Knicks Pacers.
It was 119 to 81. Knicks Pacers.
I got Knicks. I got Knicks.
Halliburton and Brunson.
I got Knicks. I got Knicks in 5.
Miles.
I got Knicks in 5. You heard it. You heard the fuck here. I got Knicks in 5. I got Knicks in 5, bro.
Shit, bro.
Nuggets just forced the game 7.
Definitely did.
We're gonna get to it.
Do you think the Thunder?
My shit back just scared the shit out.
Do you think the Thunder is going to take that though? You think Jokic gonna get his ass sent home?
And OKC, I don't want to go against the Thunder, but if I had to pick, the Nuggets look tired, and
might go home,
Jalen
bro.
Williams is fucking flying. What a nigga, Harrison, I think, or some shit. Niggas flying down the court. I gotta go with OKC in 7, man. I gotta
OKC,
go with
bro.
OKC in 7.
Shea Gilly,
They
man.
not like the Nuggets had two. Shea Gilly. The Nuggets had 2 back-to-back Game 7 series. Even if they do win this series, there's no way they pull out a finals. These niggas is gassed, in my opinion. I don't count Joker out, but Joker, you
He gonna have
got
to
to
do it
play
by
40,
himself,
40,
man.
40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40 straight. Like, for the rest of your fucking
Man.
life.
He,
Like,
he
you
not
got to
gonna
play
be
that
able to
shit
do
for
it
the rest
by
of your
himself.
fucking life.
And he ain't been the
Nah.
best.
And
I don't lost chili on this nigga. He wasn't hitting 20 in some games, man. He's tripping. But yeah, man.
I will say this. The game, real quick. The game came too close plenty of times when, don't get me wrong, he's a great player. I love Aaron Gordon. But when he got to make the game-saving bucket 2 games in a row damn near, the other players got to step up. Aaron Gordon, great. I fuck with Aaron Gordon, hard body. He's the type of player that make them type of plays. But y'all need to play better so he don't got to keep doing that. It's great that he can do it, but that's not something you got to rely on. Oh, he going to come up with a plan. Nah, nigga. But
Not every
yeah, we going
time.
to get up out of here before I fucking, before I get, you know what I mean? Before I get
That's
upset.
a whole sports segment. You already know.
Like, I ain't going to do that, man. Take us out, cuz.
It's Mr. 400 Sosa in this motherfucker. Straight off the Ave. Tap in. It's Mr. Reacts. Donate to the channel. Cash App straight off the Ave. Be a member of the channel. Vlogs coming. Comedy sketches coming. We doing all that. We out this joint.